Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick review on this G-Shock Mudman. Now, I've had this watch at least 10 years. I know it's over 9 years and 6 months when I've been trying to work out the dates. How long after that, I don't know. It's either give or take a couple of months, but it's at least 10 years. I wanted this watch because it's a Mudman and I wanted something that could withstand a lot of stuff and it isn't going to cost the earth. I can't remember what my ex-wife paid for it, but I asked if she could get me one for Christmas and get the one with the bands. So the bands is a separate story altogether. So it's got the shackle and it's got the paracord. And when she brought it, she had to get the bands made in America and they sent them over. And then she took it to find a particular Mudman that it would fit. And believe it or not, there's different these here where they connect is different on different Mudmans. So she had to go to 2 or 3 different shops to find one where these bands would actually connect. Because I think the other's a bit like the old school style, or the style where you don't have, well, I don't even know what styles there are, but this wasn't the style. This was the style that actually she could find that fitted. And these bands have been on since the watch was new. They've withstood everything. Now, the watchmaker said that would probably put a lot of stress on that because they're not designed for this watch, but it has done nothing. Like, they've never broken, they've never needed tightening, nothing. You can see where he's melted the paracord there. The only thing is I'm not good at sizing, and I should have got another size down, but you've got 3 adjusters there, and they don't really make much difference. I'm on the smallest one. It just tends to go around here. Now, the only downfall I find about the Mudman, other than it's heavy, and it wouldn't make any difference if these bands were on, is it's heavier and it's no good as an everyday wear watch. I use it for proper actual physical recreation, so it does tend to, when it's on here, catch on bags and stuff like that quite easily. But the chance of ever breaking one of these, if you were planning on being, lost out and then never, or in a war zone, this is what you want. As you can see, the screen is really thick, so it takes a lot to smash the screen. Something's going to hit on the outside before the screen. Now, just in saying what this watch has withstood in 10 years, I haven't worn it every day for 10 years or anything like that. In fact, I've probably worn it sometimes 6 times a year. But in saying that, that's still the same battery that was in this watch from brand new. So I don't know what quality of battery it is, but it's really good. I don't know if this is a fault in the watch now with age, or it's just the battery's on its way out. But when I press the light, it tends, I don't know if you can see that, trying to find a dark spot here. If I press the light button, it tends to light up enough to see the buttons. Camera can't focus. Yeah, it does that, and then it goes off, so it goes dull. I think that's a sign of the battery going flat. So it still lets you see what the time is for a split second, and then goes dark for a few seconds, then comes back again. Apart from that, all the functions work on it. So I think the battery might just be on the way out, or the watch could be getting old. But, for 10 years to get that out of it, and all what I've done in it, when I say I may have only worn it 1 year, where I've only worn it 6 times in a year, still the battery hasn't got flat, or that it hasn't just cracked down like the electronics. But when I wear this, it gets put through its paces. Now, what I've done is I've worn it skydiving, all my skydiving jumps that I did. I've worn it scuba diving over 20 meters several times. It is, if you don't know anything about watches, you go by the bar pressure, not the water resistancy. This is 20 bar, which I think is either give or take a few or more meters than 20 meters. But when they say 20 bars, it's been past that. GoPros can go past well below the depths that they reckon they can. So it's been in a mud competition, where you get absolutely drenched in mud and it's soaking in mud, and you go through the ice and everything like that, electric shocks, and survived them competitions. What else have I done it? I've travelled in it. I've gone up, high cliffs and that, sweating in the rainforest and all that in it. I go swimming in it. I go in spas, saunas when I go to the pool gyms and that. So it's gone from hot, cold steam into one of them cold dipping pools, which is like refrigerator temperature, straight into a sauna, then into a steam room, then into a bubbling pool. So it's been in all the elements. I wore it in America when I travelled over there, and I went hunting in it in like minus 10 degrees. You know, it's been bashed against trees. I've worn it on motorbikes. It's actually a watch that's done extreme adventure sports and travelled and been put through its paces. So that's the watch. Sorry for moving it around too much. Not really about showing you the watch. I'm just really trying to mention what this watch has been through and survived, and still has the original battery. So if you're looking for the G-Shock to wear for a watch that can survive up to stuff, this is the way to go. Now, they are made in Thailand. It's got made in Thailand on the back, and it is genuine, but don't be fooled by people saying, no, the originals are made in Japan and all that. No, they're not. They are actually made in Thailand. It says it's got a stainless steel back. So that back's never been off. There's not much more to say. The whole point was to say it's over 10 years old. It's been through all them sports, all them different like elements and temperatures, and it's still got the original battery, and it's still working. So that's my quick review. And you know, you can get the original bands and all that obviously when they come with it, and if you're looking at getting something that's going to survive a war zone, I would say this is the thing to get. Okay.